A year ago at this time, or even a few months ago, if I'd said the name Gal Gadot, you might wonder who or what I was talking about. Now, she's known around the world as Wonder Woman. The Israeli actress first played the role in last year's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. But it was this summer's Wonder Woman movie that launched Gadot into the celebrity stratosphere. To date, the film has made $821 million worldwide, and that doesn't count the DVDs, dolls, and comic books that followed. A mother of two young girls, Gadot won critical praise for her portrayal of a feminist icon. And this week, she was named GQ's Woman of the Year. Gal and I got together at Atlantic Grill here in New York for a Sunday sit-down as her new movie, Justice League, hit theaters. There are few characters more iconic than Wonder Woman. This year, she finally was brought to life on the big screen by an actor whose name the world is learning to pronounce. Wonder Woman is Gal Gadot, and you always will be. They can never take that away from you. So what does that feel like as a legacy already, knowing that you are forever Wonder Woman to so many people?
I think it's weird if people wake up in the morning and they're like, I'm an icon. I am. That's not the case. It's like I do laundry and I cook dinner for my girls.
I'm going, Mother. I cannot stand by while innocent lives are lost.
I do feel the responsibility of being a good role model. I think because I'm a mother too, and I want my girls to have good role models for themselves.
Behind her shield, Gal Gadot was pregnant with one of those girls for a part of the movie's production, and then caring for the newborn as Wonder Woman became an international phenomenon.
It wasn't like I was popping up the champagnes and like, woohoo, with the lasso of truth. I was like home with my baby with a very, painful back and trying to juggle between two girls and life and home and this and press and the movie and blah, blah.
Diana! Shield!
In the theater watching my kids watch it, I was sort of emotional about the impact it was having on them. How do you explain that impact? What is it about this film that hit people so hard right here?
I remember watching different movies, and immediately when you see the woman, when she's strong, then that means she's tough, she's distant, she's cold, she's like, And how do you tell a story about a woman that is super strong and make everyone feel like they can relate to her story? And I think that the fact that we showed it in the movie, that you can be vulnerable and you can be innocent in a way and truthful and loving, like you can have it all.
What do these women wear into battle?
They don't,
Oh, baby.
Wonder Woman is a refreshing representation of women at a time when pervasive sexism, sexual harassment, and assault are being exposed in Hollywood and beyond. You've been outspoken about what's happening in Hollywood. Do some of those experiences sound familiar to you?
I was never physically, sexually harassed, but the attitude and the mentality is very familiar to me. Experiencing someone who feels superior over me, asking me to do something against my will. The fact that it's been spoken about now is actually good, and this is the correction, and this is like where the change hopefully begins.
As a child in Israel, Gadot never dreamed of being an actress, and her journey to becoming Wonder Woman was unusual, to say the least.
To the war.
well, technically the war's that way, but we got to go this way first.
Your path to that role is so fascinating, from a child growing up in Israel who loved to play sports and loved to dance, to someone who was in pageants, was Miss Israel and joined the Miss Universe pageant, to someone who was in the IDF, to someone who went to law school, became a movie star. It's a crazy way to...
So random.
You're all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
I think you finally arrived on a job. I think we can settle in on this one. And is it true that at the Miss Universe pageant, you sort of sabotaged yourself a little bit?
I went to the Miss Israel pageant for the experience, never even thinking that I'm going to win. And then I won. And for an 18-year-old girl, I was like, oh no. oh no, what am I gonna do now? The responsibility of, now I need to make sure there will be peace, and it's so complicated. And I was like, I just hope it's not gonna happen again for Miss Universe. So I came down late, I wasn't dressed properly, like I wore jeans everywhere.
Gal Gadot, 19 Miss Israel.
Gadot was so determined not to win, she even faked a language barrier.
Me no speak English. There's the...
Did you really do that?
Yeah, me no speak English, because they ask you questions and da. Sorry.
You just flat out lied.
Yeah, I know.
How can a woman possibly fight in this?
Woo. It's itchy.
So naturally, you go from Miss Universe to joining the Israeli military, because that's just how life works, right?
Exactly. I was on a boot camp for 3 months, where they keep you in an amazing shape. And they teach you like Krav Maga and different stuff. And after a year in the army, I was like a trainer in a facility in a gym. So it's not like running in the fields, in the dunes, and like, I don't even want any country to have an army. I would love for us all to get along and have good life.
Did you say that at Miss Universe? You would have won if you said that.
But me no speak English.
But those pageants did open doors, first for modeling, then for acting. Gadot leaped from Israeli soap operas to a recurring role in the Fast and Furious movie franchise.
Are you one of those boys who prefers cars to women?
But the Hollywood grind nearly drove her back home to Israel.
Is it true, Gal, that before this audition came up for Wonder Woman, you were thinking about getting out of the business?
Yeah.
You really were? How close were you?
I was as close as it gets. There's so much rejection in this world that I was like, wow, maybe it's not for me. But then life shows up again, and they're like, I don't think so, Gal.
How many of you are there?
So that brings us now to Justice League.
Yes, it was great for me because after 6 months of shooting Wonder Woman, I got the opportunity to share the stage with more talented, wonderful people, and it was not all on my shoulders, and it was a lot of fun.
Have you thought yet about Wonder Woman 2, where the character heads next?
So many journeys she can experience. She has so many beautiful values. Each chapter is about different values of Wonder Woman. I think that could be really awesome. It's like the Wonder Woman Bible.
Wonder Woman Bible, I like that. And I can confirm she does speak English. And this week, Wonder Woman 2 got its release date, November 1st, 2019. So mark your calendars. The sequel will be directed again by Patty Jenkins, who so successfully shaped that character with Gal the first time around. In the meantime, Justice League is in theaters now. To hear much more of my interview with Gal Gadot and all of our Sunday sit-downs, check out our web extras at today.com/Sunday.